Today I'm starting with nothing on a brand new account and seeing if I could beat FC Mobile without going to sleep. To do so, I have to reach FC Champion in head-to-head without spending any money. This is going to be one of the hardest challenges I've ever done, but I believe in myself, so with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so here we are on the brand new account, and as always, we have to get into the account setup before we could do anything else. But before we do that, I just want to show you I'm currently starting the challenge at 11:36 a.m. on Thursday. So I hope we can complete the challenge today, but with that said, let's get into it. So the first thing is choosing my starter team, and I went with Madrid. I've chosen Musiala as my star player. I got Xavi from my welcome pack, and I just got this anniversary gift. Okay, so this was the starting team that I was given, but now that we have a few players added to the club, let's auto build and see what we got. So, very good looking team. We're going to take everybody off the bench, and we're starting out here with a 95 overall team. Now, while that is amazing, there's still quite a few things we could do here right out the gate to increase our overall and get a better team. So the first thing we're going to do is join a league that's already completed quite a few levels in the past. To do that, I'm going to search by maximum league members of 99 and a minimum season level of, let's say, 15. Alright, so we have this league here, level 16. We're going to join it for free, and because of that, we're going to get a handful of rewards that should give us a head start on our journey. So the first thing to do is to claim all of these league tokens. We have 1800, not really going to help us out, but the most important thing is claiming all the rewards here, which will give us at least a 105 to 113 anniversary player. So we will also get coins and gems and all that other kind of stuff, but do we get a walkout here? We do not. That is okay though. We got a 105 rated center back. So not the craziest reward, but I am happy with the 105 players, so we now have them in the team. And because we now have 3300 gems, we could go and open up all of these kickoff packs. Now, these players are rewards that you're supposed to get through the kickoff quest, but you could go here and spend a couple thousand gems and just get all of them right away. So we're going to go through. You can't get any duplicates. We'll skip through it. We just got a 104 Heung-min Son. All of these pretty much are going to be upgrades for our team. We just got 105 rated Rooney, which is crazy. We got 105 rated Maradona, so we're getting all the best players right out the gate. We got the Cafu 103 rated. We have a new Jude Bellingham into the team. 103 rated R9 as a striker. I can't wait to try him out. He'll probably be our main striker, even though we just got Rooney. We got Palmer as well. We have a duplicate Xavi now. Those could go into the extra time pick exchange. A duplicate Musiala as well. We get 105 Kaká finally, so we get our main center attacking mid. We're going to get 103 rated Beckenbauer. Not going to be a starter for us, but that's okay. And then finally, we get 102 rated Barcola. Opening everything from that kickoff pack is such a game changer because you get all these crazy players right out the gate, but we now have Kaká in the squad. We have Maradona. I've been waiting so long to try him out. He looks insane. R9's going up top, even though we have Rooney. Heung-min Son is going to go in at left wing. We're going to get the new Jude Bellingham into the team. Cafu will be our new right back. Beckenbauer will be our new left center back. Actually, Van Dijk will be our new left center back. He's even better. And with that, this is now our starting team. Now, as you can see, I also added one other thing while I was going through, and that was a badge. We've got this badge because we've claimed all of those players from that welcome pack. So if we go over here, we're level 3, which means we're going to get a +3 on reactions, finishing, and volleys for every player in our team, and we had to complete the full set to get that. These badges are completely new, and they actually do give you some decent rewards, like the stat boost, and then also some other things here when we get better players. Now, there's one other thing we could do to get a reward from here that's from the most recent event, and that's going to be here in the anniversary event. We're going to go over to team badge, and we're going to get a free Vidic, Raul, and Pirlo right out the gate. I completely forgot about this, so we still have a couple more players to add to our starting team, but these three guys, what an addition they're going to be. We might even go Raul over R9. I know that sounds horrible. We'll have to see stat-wise, but we're definitely going to add Pirlo into the team as well as the Nemanja Vidic. Now, I'm looking at the stats right now, and I think Van Dijk might actually be a little bit better than our 105 rated player, so we'll put Vidic in there instead of for Van Dijk, and we're going to put Pirlo in for Xavi. So he's going to go there. We're now at a 103 overall, and if we compare Raul's stats to R9, his card is considerably better. But just for the culture, I'm going to try out R9 first. But as I mentioned earlier, claiming all three of those players did give us 10 rank up points. It's really not much, but it is something. So that is our first group completed. So just 20 minutes into this challenge, we've made incredible progress. This here is our starting team. I'm going to take this into the live events as well as our first few head-to-head matches. But the final new feature I want to mention that came out with the new update is the ability to train up players all the way to level 30 without ranking them up. So for a challenge like this is going to be a huge game changer. I'm now allowed to max out every player that we get to make our team as competitive as possible without having to grind out tons of Mascherano's. But with that all being said, I'm now going to head into the live events. I'm going to grind some of the anniversary event as well as some of the chronicles, most likely the Beckham Chronicles because it is the fastest to complete. The Beckham Chronicles will get us a few thousand gems, which will be great for packs, and then the anniversary event will get us rewards out of the rewards section and main chapters. So that's going to be what I'm up to for the first hour or so, and then we're going to take the team with the trained up players and all the new players that we have into some head-to-head matches and start running the gauntlet to get all the way up to FC Champion. As you can see, it's going to take quite a bit of time and quite a bit of effort, but I believe we could do it. So I'm going to get into the grind, and I'll see you in a little bit when I'm done all that. Alright, I am back, and it is now 4:53 p.m, so it's been like, what, 4 or 5 hours since my last recording, and in the past couple hours, we have made great progress on the account. So the first thing you'll notice is we have 16,800 gems. I'll explain how we got all those in a second, but more importantly, we are currently Pro 3 in head-to-head. Now, up until Pro 5, I faced essentially all bots, so it was really easy. Since then, I've been facing players, and as you can see, most of them have been wins. One was a loss. The guy had a 113 overall team, as you can see, fully trained up, so it was a tough opponent, but the progress in head-to-head so far has been really easy, and so has the live events as well. So I have quite a few things to do in the challenge mode. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do it yet, but we have the daily challenge, of course, the Zlatan FC, and the Nike Phantom Cup. All three can get us a decent amount of gems, but the thing that I did spend most of my time on live event-wise was Chronicles, the Beckham Chronicles, as I said I would, and what I did was complete all the way through Chapter 1, which will allow me to play one skill game over here. Yeah, that will get me 1,000 gems, so I'll do that later. But also, just for completing Chapter 1, we got 2,000 gems as a full chapter reward, so we could use those towards packs. We also are going to unlock another David Beckham. We already have a 102 or a 100 rated version of him. We have another 102 here, so that's perfect, and we're going to get some rank up points as well as one final David Beckham card. So Beckham's Chronicles, always one of the best things to grind when you're first starting out the game and starting out your new account. But I didn't only grind the Beckham Chronicles, I also spent time in the anniversary event, and I didn't realize this, but this week with the second reward path, we actually have a new reward path. I guess it's what it's called. I feel like it was a something board before, but we can spend all of our tokens, which we've earned so far 770 on here. We might also spend some time or some tokens on the reward path 1, but for now, I'd rather just gamble a bit and see what we could get here. So I don't know what just happened, but we're going to get 10 base players. We're going to spend all of these here live together. Once we go through one round, we will get some gems as well as a 104 to 109 player. We have a couple new players in the team. I'll have to show that after, but here we got a 105 rated striker, nothing crazy, not going to fit into the team. This reward path is a little bit different where you could actually choose the amount of rolls you get out of 3 choices. Something different, something cool to do. We get a 103 to 111, okay. Number 3 is going to be 25, and then that's going to be a shortcut. I think I'm actually going to go for the 103 to 111. Hopefully we could get a good player here. Can we get something crazy, EA? Let's get into this pack. Come on. We do not get a walkout. We get a 104. We will take it though. So I'm going to keep playing through the reward board until we're done with all of our tokens, and I'll show you all of our best prizes. We got a 102 rated Marquisio there. We got a 105 goalkeeper, so finally an upgrade on Courtois. We got another 102. This time it's Peter Crouch. We have a 105 to 108 pack. Hopefully we could get a 108 player here. That would be amazing. Come on. We do not. We get a 105. We are collecting quite a few 105s out of here. Here's our like 7th or 8th 105. And unfortunately, that's going to be the last reward out of here for now. So that was actually really good. We'll definitely spend all of our tokens on this reward path. We're going to get an extra 500 gems just for playing through that and a 104 to 109. We should be able to get through the board maybe a couple more times, maybe get a few coins, but the highlight of that was definitely getting all these players that we could exchange for shards and maybe go for a big player near the end of our grind. And speaking of going for players, I should show you the team. I should have done this before, but this is a team that we are working with. I actually haven't been using this team in head-to-head. I've actually been using this formation. It's a brand new one to the game, 4-3-2-1. They've had this formation on console for many years now, but they finally added it to the game, and I gotta say, it's one of the most fun that I've ever used in FC Mobile because you have 2 center attacking mids that are more tucked in, and you have midfielders that are attacking minded. You constantly have runs being made at all points in the game, allowing allowing me to play through balls non-stop, over the top through balls, going across the goal. And anytime that I lose the ball, I'm able to regain possession because all my players are pressing them immediately. So this formation has treated me well so far. I'm going to continue using it, and if I can, I'm going to try to go all the way to FC Champion with it, just so long as it holds up as a meta formation at the higher ends. If not, I'm going to have to revert back to the 4-1-2-1-2, but I'm going to try my best to stick with one of the new ones. But of course, because it is a new formation, I did have to take out some players, so we moved Xavi in at center mid. Of course, I'm going to leave Kaká at center attacking mid, even though Son would play well in that position. So far, he's played pretty well for me at center attacking mid, and then leaving Maradona up here is amazing. He is so rapid. The first touch and his acceleration is outrageous. So I might consider even ranking him up and training him up even more to make him one of the mainstays in our team. But of course, aside from that, our midfield is amazing. Pirlo, oh my, what a player he is. I can't believe he's free. And then of course, our defense is great. So we don't have any upgrades to make for the team except for one, and that's going to be the 105 rated goalkeeper that we got. We'll put him in for Courtois. We're now up to 104. But as I mentioned at the very beginning of this update, we have tons of gems. 19,500 now, sorry. Plus, we have some more gems to collect here. Now, I didn't realize they actually left these achievement quests in the game. I thought they took them out, which is why I didn't claim them earlier, but we are getting gems for reaching different overall levels, and the final one is reaching 100 overall, so we got another 2,000 gems there. That now takes us up to 21,000 gems, and with that many gems, there are quite a few things we could do. We could save up and wait for 30k gems, and then go for the guaranteed 109 to 113, but instead, I think it's better that we spread out the gems on different packs to use on tradable packs to get some coins, as well as other packs to gamble and possibly get a big card. So, speaking of the gamble, we'll go for this 107 to 113 for 3,000 gems. Hopefully, we could get a good player out of here. We will be able to do one more today at the daily reset. Instead, we get nobody that's useful, but that is okay. Let's now do a tradable pack here from this event, 103 to 113. Can we get a big player, EA? That would be, we do get a walkout, okay. Could be promising. It's a captain's player. My game is, okay, we're good. It's going to be Germany. Wait, center back. Oh no, okay. This guy, maybe 20, 30 million coins if I have to take a guess. 106 rated. We also got a 93, 40 million coins. I don't think he will sell, but that's actually not a horrible pack. The packs I am excited for, though, are the new Ballon d'Or packs. They have allowed us to get some of these with gems, so we are going to go for it. These packs will guarantee us 5 Ballon d'Or pick A's, or pack A's rather, and in these we could get rank up points, tradable players, as well as a Ballon d'Or player. So these are really good. We will likely spend most of our gems in this challenge on this. The next time we get another 10k, we'll probably open up another one of these, but let's get into it. We do have a 2% chance of getting a big Ballon d'Or player. We do get a Ballon d'Or player walkout, which is really promising. I don't know why there's lag. We get French, okay. Right mid from Bayern, Olise. No way. 108 rated Olise. It could have been the Ballon d'Or winner Dembele, but we will take Olise tradable. He goes for 1.4 billion, and if we could sell him, that's a game changer for this challenge. So as expected, Olise does not sell, which is unfortunate, but we will use him in the team because he does have a 5-star weak foot, 120 pace, 105 shooting, 110 passing. He looks incredible. And unfortunately, none of the other Ballon d'Or players sell unless you rank them up all the way, so we're just gonna have to deal with keeping these guys in the team for now. I am gonna rank up this 106 so that I could sell him for 25 million coins. Seems like a waste, but it is what it is. While I wait for him to sell, I'm going to put in these other players that we don't need. So going to be 8.35 million coins added to our account. These are really important because we're going to be using our coins on these base player exchanges where we get 30 players each time for 1 million coins. So far, I've claimed 7 of them to help upgrade the team because, as I said before, we no longer need rank ups to actually train up players, so this is perfect. I'm going to make sure to do all 40 of these exchanges between today and tonight when grinding towards FC Champion, but the majority of my coins here at the very beginning is going to be spent on this because the players we have already are very good. We just need some higher training so that their stats are actually up to par against some of my big opponents. So I claimed a bunch of those exchanges. I just sold off those other players as well. We now have another 26 million coins to play with. This won't afford me any important cards for the team, but it will allow me to finish off these exchanges for today and guarantee that we get all of them done for tomorrow or when the daily reset happens. So that is our 20th Youth Exchange, and I'm now going to go and train up all the players on our team and maybe even rank up someone like Maradona. Alright, so I haven't used all the players in training yet, but I have trained up Maradona to level 17. He now has almost 140 pace. I ranked him up twice as well to get that dribbling up and speed, so he's looking good. We've ranked up Raul to 17 as well, 141 pace. I'm going to keep Kaká at center attacking mid, or actually instead we'll keep him on the bench. We'll try Olise at left center attacking mid, even though he is a right wing. Because he has a 5-star weak foot, he should be fine, but with training, he's at 144 pace and 141 dribbling. He's a demon, and maybe if we switch formations at some point back to the 4-1-2-1-2, we will have Maradona at center attacking mid and then Olise at a right striker. But for now, we're going to stick with this formation, and let's now get into a head-to-head match live, and I'll show you how it plays. If you haven't tried this formation yet, it's a ton of fun, but hopefully we could win this match to get promoted up into Pro 2. Alright, so that's my opponent's team. Hopefully we could win this match. To Xavi. Xavi is away. Is he going to pull the keeper? It does not look like it. We got to finish this off. Right foot. No way he misses that. I don't know if it's a new update on my internet, but I haven't had a good connection in head-to-head since they updated it to the new FC Mobile. That's frustrating. Let's get into one more match so that we could get our win and secure our place in Pro 2. Alright, here's my opponent's team. Hopefully we could win this match. Raul is away. I got lucky being able to time that well. I'm going to go left foot. Why did he go right foot? Luckily, we got the goal, 1-0. Alright, Vidic. Can he get a goal? Yes, he can. Olise is still away with the ball, though. We're going to cut inside. Going to go back. Right foot, this time not the red time. Got the finesse shot down, 3-0. Maradona on the ball here. Good inside. Look at this. His dribbling is immense, and his left foot is crazy. 4-0, and that's the match. Alright, so we won that one 4-0, which means we are now up into Pro 2, and we're making some progress. Once we get through the pros, we're then going to be in world class, and then from there, we're only 10 divisions away from reaching FC Champion, although that does sound a lot easier than it actually is. But for now, I'm going to take the team that we currently have into more head-to-head matches, as well as spend a little bit more time in the Beckham's Chronicles to get some more gems for packs when the daily reset happens today, so that we could upgrade our team to make the grind a little bit easier in the later stages. So I'm going to get into grinding head-to-head and the live events, and hopefully when I see you in a couple hours from now, we will be halfway through the world class ranks and have quite a few more gems to spend. Alright, we are back, and it's quite a bit later than my last recording. It's currently 11:03 p.m, so it's getting quite late into the night, but in the past couple hours, I was able to grind and get a decent amount of things done on the account. So first off, we are in Legendary 5, one win away from getting Legendary 4, so making decent progress with head-to-head. I did spend a little bit of time in the live events. The main events that I grinded were the challenge mode events to get gems out of there. I didn't have the time to do any of the Beckham Chronicle events. We might do that later on, but the main thing I was doing was those challenge modes and the anniversary event. So later I will claim some more rewards out of here, but I want to stay on to my division rival grind because I'm currently fairly locked in, but I do have quite a few rewards to get here before we continue forward. So first off, completed everything here from day 2. We're going to get another R9, and I did do one of the extra time picks earlier. It was one of the free ones where you could get 3,000 gems, 1,000 market pick tokens, or I think rank up tokens. I of course chose the gems, and I got a player from the free exchange, so that is a bonus. But the other way that I got gems was completing all of the achievement quests. So we have more to do here, a lot to do with training. As you can see, once I've trained up 2 more players to 15, we'll get another 1,500 gems, but for now, we're going to go in with our 10,000 gems and figure out what packs we should buy. Now, of course, we can't buy another batch of those Ballon d'Or packs, so instead, I think I'm going to stick with the anniversary event. We'll go for our daily pack, 107 to 113, hoping to get something decent out of here, and then maybe we do a tradable pack to try to get some coins. We don't get a walkout again. That is really unfortunate. The only upside of this is that we are getting players that we could put in the exchange for shards. So let's actually see where we're at shard-wise. I've gotten a handful of players out of the division rival rewards, but we're currently at 65 extra, which means we're only at 105 combined. We definitely need a little bit more. I think the cheapest cards go for 200 shards. The other thing I thought about doing is putting in some of these players to get some extra time picks to do one of the picks, especially these Ballon d'Or players that don't sell, but I'm not quite sure yet. So we didn't get lucky on that pack, but we do have 8,000 gems left. Let's go for a guaranteed 108 to 113. So I believe this is a guaranteed walkout. It looked like we got an icon there. I don't think so, but let's get into the pack. Can we get like a 110 plus EA, please? We get Italy. Okay. Striker. It is going to be a striker. It's going to be Retegi. I always butcher his name, but 109 rated Retegi. Will he actually be good for us? 3-star weak foot is not good. His stats are good, but we're not going to use them. But something I will do is put in all the cards that we don't need anymore. These Beckhams, all these 102s that we got, and 4 of these Ballon d'Or players because they are not selling for coins. There's no way I'm going to sell them, and we don't have the luxury of time on our hands today. So instead, I'm going to take those tokens into this exchange here, hopefully get some players that we could sell, and if we are really lucky, we can get 1500 shards. So it's unlikely, but let's get into it. Crossing our fingers. Can we somehow get 1500 shards? Yay. What do we get out of here? We get, okay, 103 rated, not bad. I will take it. Probably a 15 million coin card, but at least it's coins that we could get back. We are not losing anything from those other players. So what do we get on number 2? We get another 103. Avila is actually a great striker, so maybe I'll keep him around. We will see. But for the third one, can we somehow get the shards? No, we do not. We got all 102s, so I'm going to go for this 102 rated right back. There you go. As you can see, they're all 15 million coins, so we're at about the same. We technically lost 15 million coins because we could have put the 4 Ballon d'Or players into the exchange, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So in total, after exchanging all the players that we have tradable, we are now at 56 million coins. Now, I might go out and buy a player here in a bit, but I don't want to waste too much time on the upgrades because right now the team is playing really well. So this is what the team is looking like, the exact same that we had before, except as you'll notice, I trained up Maradona a lot. I put R9 in because Raul is feeling sluggish, and then we also have Olise on the right. This 3 up top are demons. They've been working really well for me so far, and then also a bit of a surprise star in the team is Pirlo. He's been coming in goal scoring opportunities all the time. He's incredibly techy, has great passing and finishing, so he's been amazing. But of course, the top 3 are the main ones that are contributing to our success. So that's the team we've been working with. Let's get into another live head-to-head match. As I said at the very beginning of this update, if we win it, we will go up into world class 4, meaning we will then only be 9 stages away from getting our goal. We're likely going to be up to like 4 a.m. this morning, assuming everything goes well, trying to reach FC champion, but I'm doing it because I'm committed to this challenge. Alright, here's my opponent's team. They're running a 3-back formation, which is interesting. Nobody's trained up, so this could be a bot, but if it is a real player, hopefully we can still win. Alright, we are well away here with Maradona. Only issue is he is left-footed, so I'm gonna have to find a way. Oh, they pulled the keeper. Okay. Oh, that might be offside. Can we get it done? Never mind, we're good. R9 scored that one 1-0. I also forgot to mention, I picked up the lane change skill move. It has worked wonders for me so far, so I'm going to be spamming that quite a bit on my way to FC Champion. Beautiful. Intercepted that. Cut back. Do a skill move. Right foot finesse shot. There you go. 2-0. Maradona here. As I was saying earlier in this video, the joystick dribbling is so much more responsive now. So you're actually able to dribble through people without even using skill moves. And Maradona's a great player for that. That should be a goal. What a golazo. And that's the end of the match. We won 3-0, which means we are now going to get leveled up to World Class 4. I'm not quite sure what the upgrade rewards are, or what the level up rewards are. Just 50 rank points, nothing crazy, but it is one step closer to reaching our goal. So I'm now going to take the team that we have right now into more head-to-head matches, and I'll see you in a little bit when we're hopefully in Legendary 5. Alright, so I just got my final win here of World Class 1, which means we're now going up into Legendary 5. We finally hit the final 5 divisions that we need to get through to reach FC Champion. So the exciting part about this is that for every single time we rank up, we should be getting a tradable player as well as untradeable for the higher levels. So this is our first tradable one. We do not get a walkout, unfortunately. We get a 105 rated, but he does go for 18.6 million, so maybe we could use that for an upgrade for the team. And speaking of the team, this is what it looks like. Not much has changed. I think I trained up Maradona just a little bit more, and I'm probably going to train up Olise a little bit more as well, but R9 is an absolute cheat code. I'm like convinced that he has hacks in this game. I swear every time I get the ball with him, defenders literally cannot get the ball off him. He's so strong and his dribbling is incredible. It's almost like he's playing just like he did in real life in game. Of course, the rest of our team though has also been playing amazing. Maradona, oh my, what a whipped left foot he has. Those finesse shots are insane. Olise is a speed demon, and I'm still enjoying our midfield and defense. So far things have been relatively decent. I'll go back over here to the head-to-head section because I want to show you I did have a period where I had 3 draws in a row, as you can see, to 114, 114, and 113 overall teams. So I'm starting to face the better teams. I also lost to a 113. So the opponents are getting better, and I can only imagine they're going to get even better in the legendary ranks, but hopefully we can make it through here in some decent time because it is now 12:58 a.m. So if I could get this done in the next hour or two, I'll be happy. If not, it's going to be an absolute grind, and we'll just have to see if we could do it before going to bed. So that's the goal going forward, but we might do one quick thing here before we get into some more head-to-head matches, and that is potentially buy a player for the team. The only position I'd actually go for is center mid, just because I'm not the biggest fan of Xavi so far. I think we got Barella in here. There's really not many players in our price range that we could go for. Maybe we go for Amiri. I remember him being pretty good. Alright, so I did some looking, and I remember that I really enjoyed this guy from one of my challenges like a month or two ago, maybe even longer. But Kokchu here has the 4-star weak foot. He has good work rates, medium, so he's up and back quite a bit. Decent all-around stats, but his most important strengths are definitely that defending and physical, which is better than the current Xavi that we have. The Xavi that we have has a little bit more passing and a little bit more dribbling, but his card all round is just not as good. So I'll try out the Kokchu. If I don't like him, I'll put Xavi back in, but let's get into it. There's only one that we could really buy right now. It's his green rank version. I'd love to buy him even more ranked up, but we're just gonna have to deal with that for now. So there you go. We've added him to the club, 32.4. And if I find that I could get a higher ranked version than this current one on the market, I'll go for it. But for now, we'll leave it with this. My words are already not starting to make sense because it's so late and I'm tired, but Kokchu has been added to the team. I will train him up just a little bit, maybe to level 10. I don't think we have much. Yeah, we don't even have enough for that. Okay, level 8. But that should be enough for us to get our grind going towards FC Champion. As always, I'm going to play the first match live, and then I'll get into a grind, probably play another match live when we get to Legendary 3, and then another one when we get closer to FC Champion. So, who is going to be our first opponent that we match up with? Crossing our fingers that we don't face a 115 or 116 overall right out the gate, but knowing EA, that's what we're going to see here. They have the Inferno badge, and they have the PSG as their team. Yeah, it's going to be about a 113 overall team. For quite some time now, though, I've been facing opponents that are only 2 to 3 divisions ahead of me. So I've been facing legendary opponents for quite some time now. Hopefully that set me up to do better now, but I mean, when guys have a team like that with a ranked up and trained up Cristiano Ronaldo, you never know. Nope. Defending corners is so hard now. Oh no, we're cooked. Keeper, no. Okay, this is going to be a bad match. Oh, we have an opportunity here with with R9, my bad. Pirlo, beautiful, finish it. Yes, okay, we need 1 goal back. We just need a draw. That's so unfortunate. This is going to be a long day. I already know. Luckily, though, on points, we go right back up to legendary, but I'm not looking forward to this. Anyways, I'm going to get into more matches, and hopefully I'll see you in a little bit when we're in legendary 3. Alright, I am back, and it is now 2:36 a.m, so we are pretty late into the morning, and unfortunately I am still in legendary 5. Now, I did get all the way up to 1 win within legendary 3, but as you can see, I've gone draw and then 4 losses in a row. I swear I'm having some of the worst luck, the jammiest gameplay. I'm conceding some goals completely legit, but other things just make no sense. All of a sudden now we can't even defend headers on corners. Same thing with headers on crosses. Matter of fact, my players even run away from the ball, which makes no sense. And then of course the clear ability gap between my team and my opponents is pretty large, mainly just because of training, because I'm not able to get a ton of players to train up my players. So if we keep losing, I'm gonna have to go and buy players off the market and hopefully be able to make some progress with training, but it's been a rough hour of grinding since you last saw me. So let's get into this match. Hopefully we could win it. I think I saw my opponent's team is pretty low rated. Yeah, I swear sometimes EA beats you down 4 games in a row and then they toss a bot at you. This might be a bot, we'll have to see. Yeah, this has to be a bot. This person's not even moving. So I don't know why EA does that. Why not just make better gameplay? Like, I had no issues with the game before this most recent update. That goal was surprisingly good for Maradona. But like I was saying, I had one challenge video where I reached FC Champion, I believe, or Legendary 5 with like brutal players, like maximum 3-star weak foot and all that kind of stuff. That was easy. But it feels like they have closed the skill gap a decent amount with the new defending and like lack of AI movement. I'm not quite sure why they did it, but it is what it is. I did try that 4-2-2 formation for a little bit, but I found that unlike the pre-patch or the pre-updates, none of my attackers were making runs at any time. So I thought might as well go back to this formation, which is at 4-3-2-1, because I know some guys are at least making runs. I'm not quite sure why that is. It just is what it is, but hopefully we could win this match. We should be able to. I swear I'm playing against a bot. All right, Kokchu here. Top of the box to Bellingham. Finesse shot. There you go. 2-0. Alright, edge of the box, R9. There you go. 3-0. And that's the end of the match. We won 3-1. Hopefully we could now go on a little bit of a win streak to get us back up to about Legendary 3. So because it is 2:42 a.m., I'll see you in about 30 minutes when hopefully we've made that progress. And if not, we might have to consider what we're going to do with this challenge. Alright, I'm back. And as you can see, we are now into Legendary 3 and it is 3:03 a.m. So it's only been like 20 minutes or so. I was able to win all 3 games in a row, 3-1, 4-0, and 3-2. The team is feeling much better. The formation I'm running is definitely something that helped me out. I just have way more attacking options, so I'm going to stick with that going forward. And I spent a couple minutes in the live events to get some more rewards. So I don't want to waste any time, so what I'm going to do is just go right into it. We're going to claim 10 shards here, and we might as well get this 104 to 109 pack just in case we don't get a walkout. We get a 104, but with this player and with the shards that we just got, we can now put all of these guys into the exchange, and we should have enough shards, including the players that I got for ranking up. I got a 107 tradable for reaching Legendary 3, but including all these guys, we should be at, 125 shards. We'll go down to 120 so that we get an even 200, and with these 200 shards, we're going to go claim a good player. So there's only a handful of players that we could get for 200 shards. We could go for a better defender like this 110 rated. He has 134 defending, 106 pace. That would be a huge upgrade for us. Or we could go for a left wing like this, 133 pace, 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. We do have Olise already, but this card looks crazy, and maybe we put someone different at striker. We also have the players from week 2 though, so we have the Madrid guy, the Madrid boy, would actually be a decent option if I actually cared about my defense, but not going to worry about that. We have another center back here, a right wing, and a center attacking mid. This might be the wrong decision, but out of everyone, I think Almada might be our best option, so I'm going to go with him. Getting a better center back might have been helpful, but so far I've survived with the 2 guys I have. Granted, they are pretty slow, but having him up top with 133 base pace will be insane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him on the bench there for now. We're going to put him in for R9. I know it's crazy to do that. And try Olise at striker with him at left wing. I'm also going to rank him up a couple times so that we could use some training, hopefully to increase his speed. There you go. He's now an inverted winger with crazy sprint speed and acceleration. And when I training transfer over the levels from Heung-min Son, he now has 160 pace with crazy dribbling, 151 dribbling, 136 shooting. He might be a great addition for us. I'm conflicted with whether we go for R9 up top or we go for Olise. Maybe I'll just go with R9 for now, even though Olise has been incredible. But we could always bring Olise on for Maradona if we ever need. So this is our new team. Let's get into it. Hopefully we could win these matches pretty quickly or all in a row at least, because I think if we win another, 7-8 matches, maybe 9? No, it should be 7 or 8 in a row. We will then reach FC champion. So I don't know if I could survive going past like 4 a.m. Hopefully we don't, or rather hopefully I don't get there, but we'll just have to see. So we are home for this match. What kind of team are we facing? I should have trained up Almada a little bit more, got him maybe 1 or 2 more levels. We're facing a 3-back. This is going to be an interesting game. Hopefully we could win it. All right, we have Almada here. Gonna cut back. Okay, they have 2-man press, which is fine. Skill moves, gets around them, finesse shots. Can we pull it off? Oh, what a shot. Let's get the left foot shot. Yes, there you go. 1-0. Alright, Maradona here on the wing. If I'm going to replace anybody, I'll probably replace Maradona, even though he's got that wicked finesse shot. That was a decent goal. I might have to replace him with Olise. Gives us a 5-star weak foot, and he has more attacking work rates. And that's it in the match. We've won 2-0. So hopefully we could get a winning streak going and we could be done this in about an hour. But with that said, I'm going to get into the grind and hopefully the next time I see you will be pretty close to FC Champion. Alright, I am back. It is now 4:18 a.m. I'm exhausted and as you can see, we're now in Legendary 2. Now we were so close to reaching Legendary 1, but I lost my last 2 matches. But this time we could be 1 or 2 wins away from FC Champion, but it is what it is. So because it is so late, I'm going to get into this match. We'll do it live. If we lose it, I will then give myself one last opportunity to win every game in a row to FC Champion. If we win this game, however, I will then try for the next 45 minutes or so until 5 a.m. to get this done. I want to complete the challenge, but I can't be going to bed at like 6-7 a.m. That's horrible for mental health, like everything. So hopefully we could do this, but with that said, let's get into this match. We're facing someone in Legendary 1 like we've been doing for the past 4 matches. This is their team. Looks pretty good. Hopefully we could win the match. Alright, Maradona here. Good. Lay it off. I don't know why Kokchu's here and not Almada, but that's okay. I was gonna go for the shots with Kokchu, but didn't work. Wait, we might have an opportunity here. Almada, good. Finesse shot. Okay, the keepers I've been facing are insane. And that's the end of the match. We drew 0-0. Let's get into the next one. Alright, so I ended up biting the bullet, taking out R9, putting Almada up top, and having Olise at the left wing. So hopefully this works out. This is my opponent's team. I swear, I faced Bale like 20 times today. Don't know how. But hopefully we can win this match. Alright, Almada up top. Perfect. Should be away. I think he has 175 pace now. Finesse shot. There you go. This is the kind of striker that I've needed for a while. R9's incredible, but he was just too slow. And that is the end of the match. We won 1-0. That's crazy. Let's get into the next match. I cannot believe, why didn't I think of just putting Almada up top earlier? So because we are so close, we might as well do all these games live. We have only 3 wins, assuming we get them all done in a row, left until we hit FC Champion. I don't know why I can't click. Alright, so my game is frozen, which is not a good sign. Not a good sign. I swear, if it says that I'm playing a match and then I lose it and then I lose another star, like EA, please. This match has expired and cannot be joined. What? EA, what are you cooking up here? Alright, so I just exited out of the app, came back in. I swear, if they're saying that I can't play, okay, we shouldn't be losing any stars. At least I hope. Let's get into our next match. We might as well play these all live. If we lose any of them, I think I'm just gonna have to end it there. It's 4:35 a.m. I'm exhausted. But hopefully Almada can pull through. Oh, 116 overall. And he's a top 50 head-to-head player. Jeez, man. Okay, this is gonna be tough. This is my opponent's okay, what am I looking at? Anyways, let's just get into it. Hopefully we could hold out for a draw and then go from there. Nah, we're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooked. We are cooked. No. Yeah, my Virgil is so cooked. My Virgil is so cooked. Yep. Okay. So it is currently 4:40. I think if we go on the gauntlet now, we should be able to win it before 5 o'clock. But this is gonna have to be my final attempt, boys. I'm sorry. Past 5 a.m. is just like, that's freaky hour, man. I don't know if my brain will function. So let's get into these matches. Hopefully we don't face another absolute sweat demon 116 overall team. Come on, EA, please help your boy out. 114. Okay. The longer this game is out, the harder it is to do stuff like this because everybody's got a crack team. Anyways, this is what we're facing. Not another Chaboom Kun, bro. Alright. Going up against Virgil and Vidic with no training. Let's see how this goes. Almada, beautiful. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finally, 1-0. What? No, not this, man. Have some shame. Why play a game if this is what you're gonna do? What? Almada burns him. We might get a goal back here, but it's likely not going to be enough to... Oh my god, second man press like this whole time, bro. Relax. Finally, we equal... Wait. We were only down 1. I just took that in. We equalized. My brain is so cooked, I didn't even realize that was what I needed. Oh my. Okay. Okay, we're actually still alive here. We're actually still alive. Alright, that's the end of the match. Let's get into the next one. Also, while I wait, can someone please explain how we went from instantaneous matchmaking to waiting a full minute to find a match? How did EA go backwards? Alright, what's our opponent gonna be? Alright, like a 110, 111 rated, so. And they're in Legendary 2 this time. That's a bonus. So we didn't get the rat leader, but we definitely are gonna get a rat here. So, let's see what my opponent's team's saying. Okay, somewhat decent. Actually, a team that we can compete with. Hopefully we could win this match. Alright, Almada on the ball, get around them. We should be faster than their defenders, at least I hope. Good, we are. Perfect. Cut back. Finesse shot with the left foot. There you go, 1-0. Olise on the ball, beautiful turn. I see Almada. Can we get it to him? Yes, we can. Can we finish it off? Yes, we can. 2-0. We gotta step on their... That's too aggressive. We gotta stay on top of them. No, 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 no. We can't let this happen. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. Oh my god, clear it, clear it, clear it. No. And that, unfortunately, is the end of the match. Man, we had that win in the grasp of our hands. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, here is my next opponent's team. They have, I mean, decent team, but we should be able to win this. I just have to lock in. Almada, good around the defenders. Cut back, pass it in front, finish it off. How did he save that? Alright, Almada on the ball here. See the run. Why didn't that go? Okay, whatever. Can we get it across and finish it somehow? Who is this keeper? No, 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 how? And unfortunately, we lose that match. And unfortunately, that means we're gonna have to leave it at that. My pride wants to keep going, but it's currently 5:01 a.m. and I'm starting to feel unwell. So unfortunately, it means we were not able to reach FC Champion without going to sleep. I thought we had a really good chance, and I think we did. This was the final team that we used. I can't believe I lost to that last player. They were playing like, I felt like they were playing like a bot. But either way, we caught the L, and that has ended the run for us today. So I'll probably try this challenge in the future. I don't know if I want to subject myself to the pain again, but regardless, I did enjoy trying to achieve this. I hope you guys did enjoy watching. If you did, please drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.